So now we're live.
Oh my goodness. It's happening.
Yes. We'll see how many viewers.
Okay. Oh, you look adorable. Very festive.
Oh, wiggly. One person.
You know, the best part about this is we didn't talk to each other. This wasn't even planned.
I know. We're so good.
Yeah.
And what was funny the other day is Shannon and I accidentally put on a shirt just like you're wearing. We each have one, and we both put them on the same day.
Oh no.
We did that with the Beard Mom Louisiana shirt too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying
You're
to
turning
find
into
the
that couple. You're gonna start having like the matching track suits and stuff next year.
just don't tell. But he used to work. He used to match. We used to match all the time. He loves to match.
Aww.
Well, here we go.
That's adorable.
We'll show our 4 viewers our intro movie.
Okay.
So yay, we're back.
We are
And
back.
our number of viewers is going up. Sweet.
They must have heard how cute you're looking tonight.
No, you're just so like perfectly little Santa with the beard. I'm just so jealous. And the glasses. I mean, it's just perfecto.
I'm finally feeling festive. I know there's like less than a week left till Christmas, and I'm finally getting in the mood.
You're doing better than me. I haven't done any like Christmas decorating or anything. I feel like my mouth is off. There we go.
Well, I've got my tree up, but it's naked. I haven't put any ornaments on it yet, and I keep meaning to, and I've still got, like I said, several days between now and Christmas. So it is possible that it will happen. Not likely, but possible.
Well, it's hard to get all of us here to decorate a tree. So,
Mhm.
and then the guys are gonna have to work at one of the other power plants to keep it running when this cold freeze hits this weekend. So, we might be celebrating Christmas next week.
Oh
So,
dear.
yeah,
Yeah.
you do
Do you
what you
have
do.
snow? What's it like there?
No snow, please, no snow.
Ah, yeah.
No, I don't like snow.
Mm,
It's not my favorite. If you go
yeah.
on vacation and it's snow, that's cool, but not at home.
Yes. Destination snow. That's
That's a
enough.
good one. I'll have to remember that. Well, I guess welcome everyone, and this is the last Craft Whisker Club show of 2022, and it's also Christmas edition. Flippity flop. So Christine and I, oh, Santa Hack, I just saw your name. Santa Hack, isn't she good?
And I have to tell you, before I take too much credit, that this is actually part of a $22 beard and wig set that I bought on Amazon. And then I just cut the mustache off and I made my own mustache and I trimmed it up and fluffed it out. So cheap and cheerful.
Sweet.
But I
Excellent.
wasn't going to wear the wig because the wig didn't look good on me, but this is cute. So
I like the hat with the shirt.
thank you.
I
I feel
really
very
like
Canadian, very North Pole, very lumberjack. So And what beard are
Excellent.
you wearing tonight?
This is one I made for an online comp. Oh gosh, what was it? Probably 2020. And it's all cookie sprinkles.
Ooh.
And I'm going to show you how I did it tonight.
Demo!
Some...
Yay! I'm very excited.
So I was trying to figure out what to do with all those leftover sprinkles from our mustache box.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
thought, this would be perfect. I'll show you how I made this beard. It's if you drop it, it's probably going to break. So it is kind of tender on that part, but it's kind of, yeah, usually you can tell sometimes the mouth doesn't fit right, but yeah, keep
Now,
that snow up north.
are the sprinkles the only thing that you still have left over from that box?
I have the icing
Mm-hmm.
and I did save the spatulas that I used.
Nice.
So I still have the spatulas. And I do have one of those little candy necklaces left. I think that's
I'm
all that's
thinking I'm
left.
going to put those in my glove box, and then if I'm ever like stranded on the side of the road, I've got emergency food right there.
You've got sugar. Just
See, because we already know it lasted 3 months. It's probably bomb shelter food at this point.
yeah, it
It'll
could
just
be. It
last
very well
forever.
could be. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I have left. Probably the best box ever. It was pretty good.
It was very good and tasty. Probably the tastiest box ever. So
Yes. So yeah, I ate the chocolates. Those burgers and that hot dog were pretty darn good too.
they were good, but they got all caught up in my dental work. So it was a struggle, but the struggle was worth it. Should we introduce ourselves? Do we need to
I
do that?
guess we could.
Okay.
So let's see. I keep going sideways.
There you go.
So I'm Tisha Klinkenbeard. Like the little, like it says right there. See, Tisha Klinkenbeard, current president of the Craft Whisker Club and co-founder. And then my friend.
I'm Hackman from the Vancouver Facial Hair Club, and that's all you need to know. Now, Tisha, you just said you are the current president. Was there not an election yesterday?
There was an election yesterday, so we actually did it via Facebook Messenger with all of our members because it was hard to get people on the Zoom. So elections for 2023 officers were held. So president, myself, vice president, still Summer, Jiggy, secretary treasurer, because we voted to combine those positions, is Natalie Johnston. And then our social media director or manager is now Emily Diver. So she will be taking over the realms of the social media. So we got a lot going to be in the works with that. So we officially start those offices January 1, runs calendar year. And then dues, also $20. They run in calendar year as well. So, okay.
Well, congratulations to all of you. So that's wonderful. And yeah, Summer's not with us tonight, but we are thinking of her, and Natalie's not here tonight, but we're thinking of her. We know you're out there, girls, and we love you and all that.
Let's see. So I can actually speak. So yeah, this is going to be the demo tonight. I'll show you more about that in a minute. Okay. But should we give them the good news for Wigs for Kids? How much we raised?
You know, I have not even seen the total yet, so this is coming as a surprise to me. Should I do a drum roll? I don't know where to do a drum roll. I will do a drum roll.
I was a drummer, so.
Oh, well, then you do the drum roll.
So we were able to raise $740 for Wigs for Kids. Wow. So not too far off from our $1,000 goal.
Wonderful.
Of course, we won't turn any more donations down because we haven't gotten it to Wigs for Kids yet. So if you slap some donations in to our PayPal, then we'll be glad to add that to the total. I think I have candy everywhere now. Let's
Awesome.
see. That was the cool part. And one thing, I mean, helping the charity, it was really exciting to actually add that up and see that $740 total, because we weren't quite sure we were going to really get a lot of donations to give to them, but that will definitely help some young person out, hopefully in the coming
it's
year.
a hard time of year. Everybody's got their hand out. Every charity would like some help right now. So we really appreciate everybody that was able to reach in, and any penny you gave, hugely appreciated. So well done.
Yeah. It's quite exciting. Very exciting to get that money raised. And I needed the fun and friendship from doing the battle. That was just perfect. So it was really what I needed personally to kind of get myself out of everything my mind was in and emotions were in, and just have fun and enjoy time with friends. Yeah, I'm going to have to show this because this was actually part of Talking Beards the next night. And that my dear friend here, Mr. Miss Santa Hack, she said for $100 she would eat some cheese whiz. And I'm talking about the squirt cheese. And I felt really bad for her.
So did I.
So, after my husband said that's $100, I was like, oh, she really shouldn't have done that. Because let me tell you, that stuff is nasty. So
well, after it's fermented for a few months in a box, that just gives it extra zest.
So your face and expression when you got that in your mouth was totally, I would have been running to rinse my tongue off and spit, because I even accidentally got some on my hand. I was chewing some of the gum, little packages of gum.
Yeah.
And I got some on my hand and I licked it without thinking about it. And then I was like,
yeah.
Not only was that stuff, but it was with a piece of gum.
Gosh. So it was minty, cheesy goodness. Oh my God. It hurts my mouth just thinking about it.
So Yukon, I don't know. I guess it could be an annual event. We could do a mustache battle. I think we could do it. Not a problem. We'll get so adept, we might have to start cutting time off as we go along over the years.
Well, we can do full beard next time.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we should let my hubs do the boxes. I think we might have to get someone else.
Yes. Yes.
So, and hello, Mr. Jonathan. It should be Ray Norcross or Andrew Orton, Bearding Without Borders. So, let's see what else. Something else super exciting. I'll try not to tear up too much, but we got our letter, and the Craft Whisker Club is officially a member of the World Beard and Mustache Association. So And personally, for me, it's a huge deal. Very, I was I, I was a little teary when I read that email, because I feel like it's really kind of a point in time where we may just be starting to be recognized as actually part of the community. And so
Mm.
I'm really grateful for that, that they did accept our club, and they did accept us as contributing to the association as well. So I was, yeah, I might have got a little misty eyed.
Well, now that you're an insider, now that you're one of the cool kids, what do you personally think are the chances that the Worlds will have a creative category set this year? Because last I heard, they still didn't.
Um, I think they will. I can't remember if I heard they had or might, but I think it'll come around that they will. They back for Belgium, they weren't going to have a whaler category. Um,
Oh,
and they
oh,
they ended up having a whaler category.
okay.
So, I think with all of that going on, I really think they'll end up having it, you know.
Well, and to be a recognized member now, hopefully that'll help you advocate and show that this is part of the community. This is what people
Yeah.
do.
And what we do, because we had so many things we wanted to achieve, and one of the things was really just not necessarily be kind of standalone, do our own club, but to really support clubs and to be partners with clubs, because we felt like we, while we're kind of unique, we're still part of the whole. We're just a little different. So it was really more that we wanted to bring people in, allow or encourage those people that don't have a facial hair, growing out of their follicles, um, to get involved with bearding. And I think the big places we've seen it are in the battles, um, and at the live battles, especially because at several of the live battles, we had men that didn't have facial hair that actually competed in the battle. And so that was really cool. It's seeing it all kind of come to life over. It's been 3 years since we announced. Of course, we started as the Texas Craft Whisker Club, but COVID try COVID really affected our strategy, because we were going to make it in Texas, in person, going out, going to the clubs, doing things with them. So COVID hit, what, a month later, and we went virtual and expanded, changed to the Craft Whisker Club. So um, it's pretty cool, pretty exciting.
Well,
But
there's
yeah,
something we haven't talked about before, but we usually call this the Whiskerina category, the ladies category. But moving forward, do you think that it should be perhaps just craft and realistic and to encourage more male participation, or do you think it's important that the ladies in particular have their own place to be, or what are your thoughts on that?
I really see it as inclusive. Um, you, I'm a Libra. I can see both sides. So I mean, we strive to have the categories called craft, and then craft creative, craft realistic, and then of course when you get the attached category, um, most of the time it's going to be a female. Most males, except for my son, don't have hair really that long to do an attached. But so I like to encourage them to call it craft, with craft creative, craft realistic. Now, some people would say, well, there's a lot more, men don't do as much crafts as women do. You could look at it that way. But, people starting out with beards are kind of at the same level as a guy that's never made a beard. To me, it doesn't matter if you've made a beard or haven't made a beard. you're starting at the same level. Um, and you can be just as creative, or more so. Do my husband's, he has to put up with all the beards I make and putting his weigh in on them. So, but what do you think about that?
Well, I agree. I would like to. I love the name Whiskerina. I think it's super cute. And I like calling myself a Whiskerina. But as far as the categories go, I think that, yeah, being able to nudge that open and say that it's just open to people who don't have their own facial hair, and whoever shows up, let them show up. And I don't think we're going to see an influx of men, but I do think it would be generous to let them compete. We did have one guy from Vancouver who actually competed in the craft category in Austin. He made a beard out of duct tape at the last minute, and it was cute that he was able to do it, right?
Yeah.
And again, if we're doing this for charity and we want participation, I don't think we're going to get to a point soon where there's enough men participating to have a men's craft category.
Right.
So better to just say, come on in and hang out with the big sisters over here, right?
And that camaraderie is there, and if we don't include them, then they miss it.
Yeah.
They they don't get the camaraderie part, and we can still be called Whiskerinas
Mhm.
because that fits our gender, if you will, in that place.
And
um,
we do have females with facial hair that have been competing on a world stage and at nationals. So if a female with facial hair can participate with them, then we should let the non-bearded participate with us. Just get everybody in there, get that charity money.
yeah, and that's really what we strove for, is to get it to be an all-inclusive by bringing it to that wording of craft. Because we talk a lot about the craft of bearding. It's you have, I don't know, it is workmanship, it is craft work, those type of things, and I think we all know how much of that we put into it. So to me, it doesn't matter male or female. You use your fingers, right? I mean,
We all got those. So yeah.
your fingers, your eyes, your brains.
Yeah.
So we do have them all. But so it's fun. It's interesting to see the comments. Okay, Yukon, you're making me keep it ladies only. We might have to have you talk about that. Make a new category, but keep Whiskerina. See, I mean, there are clubs that their comps have had a men's craft category,
We
and
did that. Yeah.
so that's cool. It encourages them. Um, but I think they're just as capable as a woman of doing some spectacular things. I
Yeah.
really do. So I have to disagree, Yukon, but I love you still. So um, let's see. Well, I guess we can also talk about um, the Craft Whisker Club is more than willing to come out and help the clubs at their competitions host a live battle, Craft Whisker battle live. Um, we love doing it. We love getting people involved, and we do usually get quite a few men when we do the live battles because they're interested in it, and it's a lot of fun. But so if your club's having a competition and you want to have a live battle, just contact any of the officers or the Craft Whisker Club page and chat with us. We also are glad to help sponsor any of the craft categories. So with that, we will be hosting live battles at You Matter 2 and at Mall Fest 6. So, like I said, if you have some comps and you want to do these things, definitely let us know because they're a lot of fun in person. When you're standing there watching 10 people with this little bag of stuff and all of their faces as they actually work on these things. It's really cool in person. And we also encourage people to come up and get there at the table, kind of in their face, talking to them, asking questions. It's a lot of fun to actually be there in person and see it, and have them doing that in person. And then um, we don't judge at our on our battles for like who's won or who did the best this or that, but a lot of the competitions actually do, give out trophies for first, second, and third after the judges have looked at their beards. So I think actually all of the ones we've done live did. So
And
it's
what do you have, like 10 people, 12 people? How many can compete at a time?
most of the time it's limited to 10, and I encourage any of the comps, if you want to do one, I encourage that you have at least 3 feet per person workspace. We had one comp that they were literally like shoulder to shoulder,
Oh,
and it was very difficult. So I think it should be based on what kind of space you have, but I don't think you should do more than 10. Um, it's that's a lot of stuff to get together and to make, and just space wise it's really hard if you do like 3 feet for one person, you know that's quite a bit of room, but you really need that much to enable them to like move and not
that's a lot
burn
of
each other.
extension cords too. That's a lot of hot
Yes,
glue guns.
a lot a lot of hot glue guns. And always have like at least 3 to 4 backups, because you will have hot glue guns that will not work. They'll stop working in the middle. Be prepared.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun if you want to do one. We're we're here for your consulting needs or your hosting needs.
Yay. Now, this year we also, in the last few months, we sort of downsized our show to just doing it twice a month. What do you think about moving forward? Do you want to go back to the once a week thing? Do you want to go to the twice monthly? What is your sense? And maybe if anybody wants to comment on this, how much do you want to see of us? And what do you, Tisha, think about how much content we can create that people will actually be interested in?
It's kind of hard because I have what people are interested in, what content, and then what all is going on in real life. So
Yes.
for me personally, it's probably better to do the first and third twice a month, and then do we can do special editions if we want to do that. Um, but also a lot of questions about, what kind of content would you like to see? So,
Yeah. Well, personally, I love a good demo, she said, segueing.
well, let's see if the 3 people we have watching would like to see a demo.
Yeah,
So,
don't mess up your workspace if we've only got a couple people watching. That's okay.
it's not too terribly bad. Let's see. Let's see. We got 30 minutes, so we have time if people want to come take a peek. I'm going to rearrange my workspace here. Just a
Okay.
moment.
So you may have noticed that you can actually see and hear me tonight, which you could not do during the mustache battle. And that's because I am now operating from two screens. So I've got my phone, which is here, and then I've got my iPad in front of me where I can do the whatchamathingy comments. So I'm not just looking down, I'm not just navel gazing here. Nasal gazing. I'm losing my mind. It's the end of the year. I don't have much left to give, honestly. There's so little of me. Demo, says Yukon. So, I mean, yeah, obviously. If he demands, we must do. So,
What Yukon demands we must do.
yeah.
Except have 2 separate categories. Sorry,
Yes.
Yukon. Okay, so earlier I had on this, and I hope you can still hear me. I'm going to move the microphone. All right. So earlier I had on this little beard, and it's made out of cookie sprinkles. So this was done for Christmas. Here, I'll turn it around. The secret behind it, you could probably see it in I put it in my beards album on my Facebook page. But this is the secret sauce behind it. If I can pick it up. So you'll see here, this is a mask from Hobby Lobby. So just a cheap, I don't even know how much it costs, $1 or $2 mask. So to start off with a mask, what I did, took this handy dandy rubber band, put it under the nose, and then brought it back over here to the little strings where they come on. Straighten it out pretty nicely. And I'm hoping I'm doing this still right. And then I just took a pencil and drew where the rubber band is. You see a pencil line? Hey, scissors. I'm putting you back up there, Hackman, so you can say stuff. I can't be lonely here.
You think I'm watching Netflix over here? I'm busy with the season finale of White Lotus.
So all this takes a little refining based on your face. So you really, this is meant to look kind of like a business beard, if you will, like a tight business beard. So you'll definitely have some refinements to do on it. So I'm just doing a quick, what to do. You'll notice that this also has, if I can get an angle on it, this has got lips right there. So I left the top lip, and then I just cut out some of a hole. As you'll see on this one, I cut a hole for where the mouth goes. So you'll want to make sure you put there. Again, it's putting it on your face and kind of seeing where it all goes. So you got your beard. All right. So to keep, because this doesn't all cover under your chin and towards the very back of your face. So cut out some, I use stiff white felt. It doesn't take much of it. So you have a little bit of overlap. I'd say probably like a half to 3/4 of an inch. And then glue this puppy on. I'm trying to go fairly fast so you don't get bored.
It's fascinating. Don't worry. This is great. And even what you were saying about cutting out a mouth hole, it's easy to overlook. I have done that myself, put something together, and then I'm like, wow, nobody can hear me because I'm talking into the back of this thing that I built. So
Yeah, I didn't cut it out now because I'm just going to kind of show you what I did, but you'll definitely want to put it to your face and make sure you're lined up correctly. I just melted some of the mask, but it's all good. But it also will keep this raw edge from hitting your face at the same time. And you don't have to worry too much about it because you're going to cover this up with sprinkles. So you're not going to be able to see those edges of it. But for now, so, and then you can trim it, the felt, to make sure you got it the right length to where it fits on your face. It's like I said, just like a good business beard that you want it, really fit and shape to your face. Okay, so the next part, take yourself a 12-pack can, a case, chop part of the top off here. What you basically want to be able to do is to dip this beard in the sprinkles. So you want enough room to maneuver the beard around to dip in the sprinkles, but you want to still be able to hold on. I recommend using this type because you don't have any folds. If you get folds in the box, then your sprinkles are going to get under those folds, and you're always going to be trying to pick them out because they'll start collecting underneath the actual folds of the box. So that's why I chose this one, because it doesn't have that. So then here we go. See all these sprinkles that were left over from the mustache battle? Dump those puppies in the box. And this, I'll go ahead and make this the beard because it'll probably be a good, just like spring beard, because these are all really springy type colors. Unfortunately, the top doesn't just come off this one, so gotta shake a little bit. And these are really not. Okay, they can just stay in there. So then you can, if you really, really don't mind the mess, what is that word? Glitter.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
These are like very kind of large size glitter, but if you want, you can dump some in there. And then let's use this pencil and we'll kind of stir it all around. So now you've got your box and you've got all your sprinkles and your glitter all mixed up. All right. So then you take this little plastic beard that you made and you start hot gluing the puppy. And then take that, dip it into those sprinkles, mush it around. Don't forget to shake it off before you take it out. You're going to have little pieces of that wonderful glue strings. And that's fine. Just take those off. You probably don't want to like squish with your fingers because then you're going to get it stuck to your fingers and then it's not going to stick. So if you want to squish it in the sprinkles. That way you'll get actual sprinkles on it and you don't have to worry about it being on your finger. So I'm going to work just on the one spot because what you'll have to do is this is kind of tedious. You'll have to do this a lot. And
crafting that is tedious?
Yeah.
And yet we do it anyway? Yes.
So then you'll have to go around, make your initial coat of glue and sprinkles. Again, shake up all your sprinkles, stick it in there, move it around. You can even just like sit it in there for a minute with the hot glue. You can use cool glue too, but I think it sticks better with the hot glue. Kind of shake it off. And for some reason, these sprinkles are not as cooperative as my Christmas ones were. So this may just be a demo. But you'll see you're starting to get a thicker layer. Oops. You can see it. Just keep doing that. And keep doing that. And then keep doing that. And you can fill in just spots. So I've got a little empty spot there. So I'm going to put glue in it. Crunch my sprinkles. And now I've got that spot filled. So now it's a little thicker. Let's see if you can see a little thicker there. Let's see what time is it. We got 15 minutes. So let's see. Favorite thing about Christmas, Miss Hackman?
What's that, love?
What is your favorite thing about Christmas?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm going to get a little teary-eyed here, but it's the nostalgia. It's just, it brings up all the good memories. And, you know, when you dust off the ornaments that you've had for a really long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I have ornaments from when we were a kid. And especially I haven't actually put up a tree since I lost my dad. And he was huge fan of Christmas. My dad was not always a happy man. He was sad most of his life. But the one thing that he did truly love with us as kids was Christmas. That was really big with him, and decorating the Christmas tree. So the ornaments, you know, the times that we all put those on the tree and just enjoyed that time together, those smiles and such. And my other part's baking.
Ooh.
I love to bake.
Mm-hmm. What's one of your favorite recipes? What do you like to bake?
Oh, gosh. Well, I don't know if it's my favorite recipe, but something I like to cook or bake now. My family loves molasses cookies.
Oh, yeah.
It's something I made as a child, but, you know, it definitely wasn't, you know, the big recipe, but they're not big sweet eaters, but they love molasses cookies.
Yeah.
And talk about kind of old school. It's definitely old school. Myself, have you ever heard of spritzer cookies?
What now?
Have you ever heard of spritzer cookies?
I don't think I have.
Well, they're made with this little press. You put the cookie dough in, and it's a cookie press. And you get different variations, but usually they're made with cream cheese or something like that.
Oh.
And I love those things. My family hates them, so I can make them every year and eat them all myself.
That's so smart. Now, with the molasses cookies, I used to make one from this old recipe book a million years ago, so I don't know if it's the same thing, but it was called a molasses lace cookie, and it's kind of ends up being like a toffee almost. No?
Yeah, I think the ones I make, honestly, I haven't looked at the recipe in a while, but to me they're kind of like that. The lace version, I know what you're talking about, where they literally look like lace, but these almost have a mix between the lace and maybe a gingerbread, I think.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, that sounds good. Everything sounds good at Christmas. I have eaten so much. Oh, I go to the store and all the Christmas chocolates are out that you don't get any other time of the year. And my Achilles
Yes.
heel is something called a brandy bean. And it's like a little chocolate that is shaped like a jelly bean, but it's oversized and it's filled with liqueur.
Oh,
It's so good. And a handful of those for breakfast with a coffee, and my day starts off real nice. So,
one of my friends that always brought those orange chocolates.
oh, the
The chocolate
Terry's.
orange. Yes, they brought them to all the Christmas parties.
Yep.
So I got to know them a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so whoops, they're gonna fall off, of course, but if you can see, now I've got kind of a layer here. And what you have to do is you have to just keep going and adding layer upon layer. And then once you get to a final layer on the beard, what I did was I felt of it. What do you think a beard should feel like as far as shape? Because you'll start to find pits where you don't have enough sprinkles. And so you'll start to feel the pits in the beard. So then you put some glue and dip that puppy one more time when you start actually filling out what the shape is and any of the pits. So like right now you can see there's some white space here. There's a lot of unevenness. So guess what? You put some glue on it. And you dip
I
it
have to
again.
ask about your hot glue gun there. What kind of hot glue gun is that? Because I have like the little cheapy dollar store kind, and then I have a Black & Decker one that heats up to about 8,000 degrees, which I try not to use because I always end up burned. So what's that you got there?
This is just a Sure Bonder. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and then they also make, glue sticks. I think you can get them at Walmart too.
I think that's what I need, a nice sort of mid-size, sleek-looking glue gun.
Yeah, this one kind of fits in my hand.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't want something so big that I have to work out my hand while I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I'm not that well muscled.
Well, you do so much crafting. You don't want to get like one arm that's super jacked from gunning all the time. So.
And I'm ambidextrous, so it's really important. I know most of them are irrelevant to what hand you use or whatever. So, but I'm ambidextrous, so I shift what I'm doing with whatever hand. If you ever watch me eat, like where I have to cut meat, you'll think it's kind of crazy because I use the knife with my right hand and the fork with my left, and I can totally eat a meal left-handed.
Oh,
Even though I was taught to do everything right-handed.
uh-huh.
But so we're made some progress. I'm seeing what time it is, 7:51. But so if you're interested and you're bored and you have so many cookie sprinkles left over, let me tell you, it will take at least a full big bottle of cookie sprinkles to do a full beard. So I'd recommend, if you want to do it, you have at least a very large bottle of sprinkles, if not two. And then if you do want to put the glitter in it, go for it. I recommend a large size glitter, not the small stuff. Small stuff's not going to really stick to it enough to make it glitter. But another thing I'll show you here is, remember that we put the felt around the edges so that it will make sure to cover your face. So you treat it just like you did the rest of the mask, and you just go ahead and put sprinkles on it too, and it'll start covering up that line. Oops.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, I've made a complete mess here.
Excellent.
But it will be a neat little spring beard. So let me move my table out the way.
Now, I can imagine that'd be cute, made out of like conversation hearts for a Valentine's beard, or those little cinnamon hearts or something. That might be fun too.
Yes, you could definitely use bigger. If you do use bigger, you might have to make it thicker because of filling in that white space, or do a mix of, little sprinkles with big sprinkles. And this one actually is a good example because if you can see these little Christmas trees, see there's one.
Yeah.
See if it will focus. There we go. There's a Christmas tree, but then there's these little white balls or little red balls that were in it, and little white ones. So once you got to where you needed to fill a space in, and you needed something small or big, you could do that spot wise. So it's helpful too if you have kind of multi size. I did a lot of spot filling, but I just have to say, once you get it done, you're going to need to feel of it, see if it feels like a beard, see if it feels like kind of your face, because you will get actual spots in it where it's not filled up.
Now, after all is said and done with the one that you were just showing us, how much does that weigh with all that glue? Because the sprinkles don't weigh anything, but there's a lot of glue on there.
2 pounds maybe.
Okay.
It's not very heavy.
And how did you attach the elastic?
I just hot glued it, the Velcro.
Oh, okay.
It's just really just a hot glue to the Velcro. And you'll see it's on the felt because the felt is glued to the plastic. Because like I said, you need the extra room here, but you also don't want that plastic rubbing that edge on your face. So, and then like I said, it fits pretty tight, so you don't worry about it. The only thing I worried about it is the mouth part, because your mouth can get off. And then of course I just made the mustache with the candy little lights, like from a birthday cake or something like that. But you can make it whatever you want. So, but If you ever get bored and have sprinkles, now you know what to do for hours at a time.
Yay!
Yukon, not one at a time. Hey, I did seriously when I would get a pit in it, I would take one sprinkle and stick it in the hole. Um, so yes, it happened, but maybe I'm too fanatical over. I wanted it, and it was for an online comp, no less. So,
Yeah.
so
Attention to detail. That's what we like about your creations. So I understand.
craziness. Well, I want to tell a story that I tell every Christmas because it's very near and dear to my heart. It's very important that we look closely at those around us over the Christmas holidays. We don't know what's always going on with even the closest people to us. Um, and I tell this story every Christmas, and I'm probably going to tear up. But when I was much younger, I was 21, and I worked with a lady who had two young children, preteen, probably I think maybe like 12, 14, young children, but not babies. And we worked in a department. She and I were really pretty much best friends. We worked together. We'd have our lunches together, that kind of deal. And we worked in a department where we were collecting toys, for a family. So we had, gotten a family. We worked at a hospital, and we were collecting toys for the family. Um, and everybody was bringing in their toys. And one day, went to lunch, was going to meet her for lunch, and I saw her sitting outside the door to the hall where the cafeteria was, and she was sitting there with her hand in her head in her hands. So I went down and sat beside her, and she was crying, and I asked her what's wrong. And I knew that her husband was currently in college, and she was the only one working. And she had the two girls, but because she was the only one working, we were both probably minimum wage workers. I worked in a hospital moving patients around. And here was my best friend at the time. She was crying, but she couldn't do Christmas for her family, not just presents, but not a Christmas meal. So, but she did bring in presents to give to the family. So sometimes we need to take that minute to look at people around us. We're all about charities here. And sometimes even those giving to charity are missing things for Christmas or Thanksgiving or even just every day. We don't know, are they getting a meal on their table every evening? Um, just the little stuff. And I said this, we just have to pay attention to what the spirit of Christmas is in our direct world. We're all great about helping charities and those faceless people, if you will. But and the beard community is really awesome about helping people in need, but sometimes it's a quiet need. And to get off my soapbox, but that quiet need, we just have to take time to look for in that. So that's my every Christmas story. It's not the night before Christmas, but it's just a reminder that um, Christmas comes in a lot of different forms for people. And so we just have to think about that. So,
Well, and I know that pretty much everyone here working on the show is going through some sort of stuff this time of year. And I don't know. Just everybody's got there's something good about Christmas, and then there's the stuff that's just hard. And we all got our family stuff. We all got people we miss. We all got people who are in trouble. And we all just got to lift each other up and be thankful for so much that we have. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on this little thing that we do with you, Tisha. And I thank you. And I thank Summer and I thank Natalie. And I'm glad that we can have our laughs together. And yeah, I just thank everyone that participates in this show. And it does lift us all up. And it's been a heck of a year. And this is our last show of the year. Can you believe it?
I know, it's almost 23. Gosh.
Yeah.
And when Christine joined our host panel, it was really exciting. We were so glad to have her. It's just kind of like oh and awe. We joke about it, but it's so true. And I run stuff by her all the time, and I got her Christmas card today, and I love it, and it's glittering my mantle. So
perfect.
And that's one thing I really like about Christmas is putting up the Christmas cards.
Yeah.
So it's even if we don't have a tree, we've got those cards that are just this. I'm not good about Christmas cards. I used to when I was younger, but I suck at it now. But I really enjoy that little bit of love that comes in the envelope. So yeah. Kudos to you because you do much better. In fact, would you like a piece of trivia?
Okay. She's disappearing. We don't know where she's going. Where has she gone? Will she come back? Oh, I hope so. Okay, what's she holding in her hand? What have we got here?
Would you like to see the very first Christmas card that I ever sent out?
Oh, okay.
Whoops, I don't know if you can see it. All the different light.
Oh,
there we
beautiful.
Go. So now you've seen the very first Christmas card that Tisha ever sent out.
Wow.
I had to keep one. Oh my gosh. I would say the early 90s, maybe 91.
Wow.
Probably 91. Does that age me or what?
No, because you sent it out when you were a toddler.
Yeah.
Your first kindergarten project in the 90s.
So yeah, I think it was 91.
Wow.
If I remember. But it's I don't know if you can see very well, but it's a toy shop. And all of there's this magical little magical little, it's hard to do backwards. The little swoop there, and they've all come to life. And that's what Christmas is about, magic. All different forms.
And whatever you are celebrating, because we are on the second night of Hanukkah, we are in the middle of Saturnalia. We got all sorts of things. There'll be Kwanzaa coming up soon. And then I'm just more of a New Year's Eve sort of girl myself. But
all of those are celebrations of friends and family, love, charity. Yes. Yeah. And really that's what bearding stands for. I've never, ever met a community that was this much of a family and had the hearts this big. So a big thank you to everyone as we end the year for all that you have done for all of your communities over this past year. I think NAC, North American Competitive Beard and Mustache Alliance, I think they do like a yearly tally after the first of the year of how many dollars the clubs have raised. So we might look out for that because I think that's what they do. But just love everybody around you. Share love with your family, with your friends. That's what it's all about. The gift of love is the biggest part. And those that are not here with us anymore and are watching from above, I know that love comes from them too, and it lives on in each of us. So, I guess that's it. We're over by like 6 minutes, but we're being sappy at the end. But we still got 5 people watching. So much love. And I expect to see lots of Christmas pictures from everyone. I'll have a few days off between Christmas and New Year to look at everybody's pictures after the New Year. So you probably know I'm not always on Facebook. I'm really bad about that.
Well, because you're going to be spending time with family and friends and things, as we should. Get off your devices. This is the last show you need to see this year. Sorry, guys.
Exactly.
But this is it. Go away. If there are any nice eligible bachelors out there who would like to sit on Santa Hackman's lap, the lap is available from now, probably until Christmas Eve, possibly longer if you're cute. Just saying.
You need someone to do drink the bubbly with for New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Yeah. And what else was I going to say? For like my 2 of my guys are going to be working probably on Christmas Day, but Christmas can be any day for your family. Just remember that. Or multiples. Have multiple days of Christmas. That's what Hanukkah does.
I'm Ukrainian, so it's actually January 7th is also Christmas for me.
Well, hey, lots of Christmas days, lots of love.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of pierogies and cabbage rolls, even better. So.
Well, I'll send you my molasses cookie recipe.
I appreciate it. Okay.
And the spritzer recipe, but you got to have the right spritzer. I'll have to figure this out for you.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, lots of love to everybody. Again, I'm Tisha. And then my favorite Santa.
Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy everything. And we'll see you in 2023.